we'll start with you if you'd like to introduce yourself, and then we'll take it from there.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Martu Freeman-Parker. I am the Managing Director for Mana Fashion and a proud DDA board member.
Yes. And I am Ivonne de la Vega, Strategic Partnership Specialist for Miami DDA. And I'm sure many of you are asking, what is Miami DDA? We are the Miami Downtown Development Authority. We are a quasi-agency of the City of Miami, which specializes in the economic development of a certain area, a certain district, that is funded by taxpayers. So the property owners pay into, through their property taxes into this fund, and we are able to do amazing things and give back to the community and basically offer grant programs and all kinds of services that we offer. So, Martu, do you want to talk a little bit about your suites?
So, okay, no. I can tell you a little bit about Mana Fashion first, and then we can go into what we do. Mana Fashion Services is a division of Mana Common, who's founded and ran by Moish Mana. So if you know anything about what's going on downtown Miami, there's a lot of renovations. The street is being revitalized, and a whole new community is going to happen within the next couple of years. So downtown will be a fashion, tech, and culture hub. So that means there will be a fashion, the fashion district or a fashion area, somewhat like the LA fashion district or the garment district in New York. And then there will be a whole area for tech, and then also culture, which would be restaurants and galleries. The Mana Fashion Services is responsible for the fashion component in that whole story. So that means within the next, we'll say 5 years, you'll see showroom spaces downtown, you'll see co-working spaces downtown, content spaces downtown, event spaces, retail, designer studio, etc. So a whole fashion world, a whole fashion community for creatives and fashion professionals. And my team, which sits over there, Matilda, Alexandra, Dominique, are all responsible for creating and making that happen. And we've been doing that for the past almost 3 years. For the past 3 years, every month we host at least 2 events, a workshop, a networking event, or a panel discussion. All of that is for everyone here to connect and kind of understand the goal for downtown when it comes to fashion and the fashion industry. And we've been doing that successfully we had our 2-year anniversary, but we've been in action for 3 years. So that's a little bit.
Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself and your background?
Okay, so I am a fashion person by heart. Fashion business has been my life. I've never worked in any other industry. The only industry I've ever worked in is retail. So it's either fashion professional, fashion corporate, or retail. And I started out in the late 90s in New York, just kind of figuring out what fashion meant. So I kind of did everything. I worked from all corporate brands like Guess, Gap, Victoria's Secret, all in manufacturing and sourcing. Then I moved over to American Eagle, to Urban Outfitters, J. Crew, and just perfecting what fashion in the background of fashion, like the work of fashion. So more product development, production, sourcing. Never really designed, but worked with the designers. And my love for fashion business has always been my drive. So like I said, I've never worked in any other industry. After college, it's just been fashion. And I've been out of college for 30 years. So, so my 30-year experience has just been, the business of fashion. I'm not a fashion girl. Like I'm not what to wear. I'm not that girl. But I'm like, who's making money, who's not? Like, how are they making? That's who I am. That's who I am when it comes to fashion. I love the technology. I love growth. I love seeing brands that start from nothing with an idea, and it's now a billion-dollar company. That's what fashion is to me. It's ideas just coming to life. And I love the creative world. I love creative minds. I believe I'm here to support creative industry. Like that's my job. I'm supposed to like make sure there's platforms and structures and supports for the creative people. And I think that's what Mana has kind of evolved into, like a platform just for creatives and people in the industry to support them and make sure that they can thrive and pivot.
So she had it all right. I had it all wrong because I am, by my life has been a fashion designer for 30 years.
Yeah.
I had my own collection. I had stores in Fort Lauderdale, on Las Olas Boulevard, had clothes in 26, 28 stores throughout the country, internationally. And I want to really touch on what Jordana said this morning. If you were here, she touched on community. And having gone to school literally down the street from here, and trying to build at a very young age my fashion company, I had to leave to make it. And to move to New York and really just travel all through the country continuously, maybe 9, 10 months out of the year. I was living out of a suitcase. I can say that for the first time in over 30 years that I'm really seeing the community. And I really want to commend Martu, because she has been the driving force behind that community with everything that she's done. And what you've just seen on the video was really just developed maybe a year and a half ago. June. So these showroom spaces are happening. We're really trying to cultivate and keep that talent here in Miami so that we don't have to leave, and really find ways to grow this talent. That being said, we, Miami DDA, and Martu is a board member. We operate with a 15-member board. Also, Miriam Laguna Borrego, who's just here. I'm not sure I think she stepped out. She's the executive vice president and chief of staff for Miami-Dade College, has also been very supportive of these efforts in really trying to build a fashion hub here in downtown Miami. As you know, and as Martu said, we're revitalizing all of Flagler Street. Doesn't necessarily have to be in Flagler Street, but in the area of the Central Business District. Our DDA district encompasses the Arts and Entertainment District, which is where the museums are, the Arts Center, a little bit of Edgewater, and then we have Brickell, which I say is always, nicely done, shiny and new. Everything's moving there. Our Central Business District is really ripe for cultivating the creatives. And although I would love to see another Gucci store on Flagler Street, that's not what we're looking for. We're good. Yeah. What we want to do is really keep the creative talent and the creators here and see what ways we can support the businesses that support that business. So accounting, legal, PR, marketing, content creation, influencers, all of those businesses that then can collaborate with each other and really help to build and continue building that community. And that's, I was just telling Jordana now that how I transitioned from fashion to government, I still don't know, because that is two polar opposites. But I firmly believe God doesn't always give you what you want, but he gives you what you need. So I think that this is a perfect time where I've been able to help cultivate and build and encourage not just fashion. When I say fashion, like I said, it's all the supporting businesses around it, but also music, film, entertainment, culture. All of those components go together. We're trying to draw in more educational institutions, larger schools, and also museums and art spaces. So through
I'm not crying.
No, don't cry. Through Miami DDA, we just we had a business incentive program that was geared towards tech and finance, and you can see what we've done in the past few years, where we have become, all eyes are on Miami right now, especially in the past few years after COVID. We are now pivoting to really focus on retail. So we have up to $50,000 for retail within the Flagler district area that are available in grants. And we also have what we call the DCCG grants, which are the Downtown Creative Collaborators grants, which are really geared towards activations, events, pop-ups, things like that. So I'm proud to say that we supported Jordana and Marcelo in their first Fashinnovation, and they've been a grant recipient from Miami DDA, so you're seeing the fruit of our labor right here and how we're really pulling this community together. So the DCCG grants can range anywhere from let's say $2,000 up to $100,000 for larger, very, very large events.
Can I say something?
Yes.
And that means fashion shows, pop-ups. So when you're looking for money for fashion shows, or you're looking for spaces for fashion shows, you can always go to the DDA and find out if their grants are available.
Yep.
And apply, and that can help you with the fashion show production, pretty much everything for the fashion shows.
So
right?
my colleagues are here. I think, where is MJ? MJ, there you are. He's hiding in the back. He's very tall, so you won't miss him. If you have any questions, please reach out to me or to MJ here, or you can always reach out to us through our website, miamidda.com. I see a lot of nods, like we're going to get... but we have a lot of information for you for both the business incentive grants and also the DCCG grants. Anything else?
No. So I have a question for you. If I want to get a grant with the DDA, what's my first step?
Contact us. It depends which one. The grants process for the DCCG grants is going to open in July, and that will be posted on our website. For the business incentive grants, you could just reach out to us now. As I said, we're kind of like in transition in that program, but it's open already where you can apply.
Okay, can I tell a story?
Of course.
So how did I become a board member?
Because I nagged you.
So just a question for your creatives here. I moved my business from Fort Lauderdale in 2015. And I think it was like early 2016, I had an office space here on First Street. And every day, I would just talk to the people in my community. I would walk around downtown, and I would always see like DDA, like information, and I started getting emails from the DDA, so I started to go to the different events. And there was just so much information, so much support. I used to have a platform called Fashion Talks Miami. And I would say for the first 3 years, you guys supported all of my fashion talks. It was a monthly talk, and people would come and just talk. We would talk about fashion, we would connect, we would network, we would do all these great things. But the DDA would come, they would bring gift bags, they would promote for me, and it was just me. I wasn't an organization, I wasn't a company. I just would go to the meetings and I would talk to people. And it was a government meeting, it's open to the public. I didn't have to have anything special, it was just me. But if you live and work in a community, you should know what's happening, especially if you're a business owner. And I would walk into these meetings, and I would be the only one representing anything creative. It would be accountants, it would be this person, it would be that person, this organization, but there would never be anyone in there that's from a creative background or doing anything creative. And that's where I was, now I have to come more, because now you have to hear my voice, right? So from 2016 to now,
I'm still talking. We haven't stopped talking.
Like last year, I became a board member, not only because I showed up, and I was a voice for people that, like, we were just not being accounted for. No one recognized the creative community here in South Florida at all. I remember going to a Beacon Council meeting, and they said creative, fashion, and it was like 0.0%. And then they said, like, tech, like 99%. And I'm like, all the people I know is more. It's more than 1 point whatever percent. So we have to like show up. We have to show up, especially in our counties, in our cities, like city meetings. We have to let people know that we're here, because funding is available, and we don't get funding if we don't show up. Tech shows up. Like we all know tech shows up, right? Fashion people, we don't show up. And this is why these events are so important, because we need to see your faces. Because like we do these invisible counts, and half of you guys aren't accounted for. So that's why it was so important for me to, like, after that first meeting, I kept coming back and including them in everything, because the money was there, the resources was there, and I was the only one that was getting it.
And like, I would suggest that all of you, if you're interested, if you email me, and I'll put you on our email distribution list for our Business Development Committee meetings, and also for our Arts, Culture, and Entertainment Committee meetings. We just had Ted Lucas, who's a big record producer. We had
Slip and Slide Records.
Slip and Slide Records. We had David Sinopoli, the founder of Club Space, and other, he's now his company is owned by Live Nation. They're all housed here. So, and they want to collaborate. They actually want, I already talked to two of
Fashion
them.
collaborations.
They want to do fashion collaborations. So
Yeah.
it's all about community and collaboration. And I have to say also Martu has an amazing chat that she put together that's now over like 300 people. That's just, it's incredible. The kind of stuff I was like, oh my God, if I had this, I need somebody to draw technical designs. I need someone, and it's like boom, boom,
that was
boom.
the Mr. Moisha. That
Yeah.
was his push.
It was really great,
Yeah.
and that I think has helped to unify all of our community. And I'm kind of getting the sign for the hook. I think we're done. But I just want to say if any of you want to visit our website, www.miamidda.com. Our social media handles are Downtown MIA, and my email is delavega@miamidda, my last name, miamidda.com.
And it's manafashion.com or at Manafashion Services, and then it's Martu at manacommon.com. But I'm here. You can scan my barcode if you need my info.
Yes. Any questions?
No questions?